Hi, we are going to talk about input and output. Computer have four components: CPU, memory, input, and output. Let's talk about input first. Input, that's basically your keyboard. Since day one, we have computer, we have keyboard. In addition to keyboard, we have mouse. Mouse is accessory device. Without mouse, you still can input. Just use keyboard, use shortcut. That will work. Mouse make it easier for you and more effective way to do your input. If you play computer games, you may have joystick. You don't have it, use computer keyboard. You can do the basic. But with the joystick, it's going to be much easier for you to handle. Joystick, mouse, keyboard, those are your input device to computer. From computer systems, which is CPU, memory. From CPU and memory perspective, you are using the keyboard to entering something to the computer. You, human being, or the user. Keyboard here, they have a new type of keyboard called wireless keyboard. Wired, wireless. How can you make it wireless? Like Wi-Fi, your keyboard have Wi-Fi, your system unit have Wi-Fi, like Bluetooth. Your keyboard have Bluetooth, your system unit have Bluetooth. Then you cut the wire. You don't need the wire. Remember, you have wireless phone long time ago. I'm not talking about mobile phone. I'm talking about your handphone, house phone. Long time ago, since 1920, we have a phone, your house phone. Later on, you don't need to have the wire called wireless phone. That's your phone, home phone. You need to use the battery to support the power. And today, we have this mobile phone. Many people get rid of their house phone or home phone. They just use their mobile phone. That's the idea. As I mentioned before, it's not like wireless going to replace wired. Not like that. Most likely, they're going to coexist. Sometimes you still have wired, sometimes you have wireless. Like if you work for a company, in your office, you are going to have a computer connected to a wired network, which is Ethernet, LAN. And you go to the meeting room, you bring your notebook, iPhone, or iPad, then they have a wireless network to support you. Your company have both, wireless network, wired network. And for a guest, you bring someone, sign in a guest to the company. The guest cannot hardwire to connect to your system, which will be dangerous, insecure for your wired network. They will be asked to use a wireless network with Wi-Fi. Both are coexist. If you ask me why the wireless have not totally replaced the wired, because the wired is more secure and is less to get interference. Any wireless device, they are using microwave, and which can happen. Too many wireless device using microwave nowadays. So next time you go home, for instance, I give you a wild example. You open up your garage door. Of course, that's wireless, right? Should that frequency is the same as your neighbor's remote control to their TV, you may turn off their TV. That's called interference. So every time you go home, their TV shut down. Everything then they hear, then they have no clue whatsoever who or why my TV got shut off. That's some problem. And this kind of type of problem has happened in Europe before. They have some way to resolve it, use different frequency. it may come back again. So sometime that's may happen in the future. That's the problem for wireless. Wireless keyboard, you're not going to have that. You have wireless keyboard, what do you have? Really not much. I mean, you can move your keyboard far away from your monitor, then you cannot see it. So, I mean, people like to have wireless keyboard, but it's not really help you that much. We also have ergonomic keyboard here, meaning the shape of the keyboard is going to be better for your hands, for your wrist. Is that really the case? I don't know. I never done that kind of study, so I cannot tell you about that. What I can tell you is the best way to play with your computer for a long hours is to keep changing the way you sit. Yeah, keep changing the way, and also from time to time, give your hand, give your wrist a break. You know, get up, walk around 5-10 minutes here. If you are using your hands and wrist for many years a day, using any kind of a keyboard, any kind of a mouse, my humble opinion, it's not going to be good to your hand and wrist. So that's basically it is. Keyboard covers here, of course, you can do that to protect your keyboard. Category of keys here. Keys here, since day one, someone have created the key, left-hand side ASDF, right-hand side semicolon LKJ. Since day one, that was been created based on a typewriter. How many of you have used a typewriter before? I used typewriter when I went to UNT, got my master's degree in journalism. I used typewriter, and that typewriter is like that. You get sound. I have a roommate. Whenever I'm going to write or type my paper, I go downstairs, go to cafeteria. There's no one there. It's not lunchtime. It's not dinner time. I sit there. Nobody bug me. I don't bug anyone to do my typing stuff here, because that typing stuff going to have some sound here, noise. So, and based on that, if you type two characters a lot, some character we type a lot, like A. Some character we don't type that much, like Z. We all know that. The way they arrange the key, the ABC alphabetic, it's not in alphabetic order. It's in an order the most likely being used key will not be in adjacent position. Otherwise, the two stroke may easily strike at the same time and get jammed. You don't want that. That's how it has been designed. It's called QWERTY type of design. Is this the best design for a typewriter? Yes. How about the best design for a computer keyboard? No. Computer keyboard should be designed, the most widely used key will be closer, in the middle, so you don't have to move a long way to do it. That will be the best design. Someone have designed such a keyboard rearrangement for computer, but nobody use it. We all get use of how to do the typewriter. So for me, it's easier. I know how to use a typewriter. Now you want me to use a computer keyboard. Yeah, it's easy for me. Because that kind of a migration. So today, we are still using the QWERTY keyboard. It's not the most efficient way to design the keyboard in terms of where are those keys, like A, B, C. But we can, it's too late. I mean, you cannot change it right now. People get use of that. Keyboard have many shortcuts. You want to learn the keyboard shortcut. Like you want to copy something, you can use your mouse, right mouse click, then do a selection for copy, then another selection for paste. Or You can use your keyboard, say Control C, that's Control Copy. Control V is paste. They don't say Control P, say Control V. So anyway, you need, once you get use of it, Control C, Control V, then you know how to copy and paste. So two-way, use your mouse or just use your shortcut of keyboard. Pointing device, yeah, you can clicking, double clicking, right clicking, dragging, scrolling, gesture, all our stuff here, coming device. You have, if in this area you have pointing device here, then you don't use a mouse. Many people get use of that. They don't use mouse. They use your hand in here. And then that's your mouse pad, a flat mouse pad. Some people don't get use of that. So it depends. If you get use of that, don't use it. Mouse, otherwise you use it. Talking about the keyboard here, mouse, yeah, they give you some mouse. The mouse, different shape, some shape are better for your hands, which I agree, and some are optical mouse and trackball. If you play computer games, you may want it to have it here. That's the trackball pointing device, different pointing device, touchpad. So we call this area a touchpad. That's like your mouse. Let me show you a type of new keyboard. This is a type of new keyboard I'm going to show you.
All right, guys, we're here with Cellulon. This is an interesting product. They've had this out on the market for a little bit. This is a projected keyboard. So no keyboard, it's just right here on the screen. It's got it hooked up to the iPad. So the way this works is there's a little projector. It's sending out this image. There's a little camera in there, and it sees basically where your fingers are and figures out, what you're typing. Now this can be used on your iPad. It goes over Bluetooth. That also can hook up to your Mac or PC. It can also be used as a mouse. There's a mouse function if you're connected to a device that has a mouse. And on the Mac, you can actually use it as a multi-touch mouse, which is pretty interesting. So this needs to be on an opaque surface, so any wood or any type of surface, any color will work, just not a glass surface. And on the iOS, this will work on iOS version 4.0 or 4.0 and up. Battery life on this is about 3 to 4 hours while it's on and projecting. There's a cool little power saving mode. Maybe we could show that here, so remember. So there it goes, and it's on power saving mode. And then you can activate it with a gesture, with a 3-finger gesture. Watch that. That's pretty slick right there. You can also control the brightness. There's some little beeps on here if you can hear it. And you can turn that off or change the volume however you want to use it. So pretty interesting product here. So let's do a little test on it. So, here we go. I'm doing this all one-handed, so. Okay, let me try it again here. Oops. Okay, so there we go. That time it worked. I'm trying to do camera and type and do it all at the same time. So this is a test. It works. Interesting product. If you don't have to carry around a keyboard with you, you just carry around this small little device here. This is available now, and it sells for about $149.
Hey, yes, I would say that this is an interesting product here. And if you want to use it, you use it. So now you know there are different type of keyboard. And this shows to you technology is already there, but have you ever seen anybody use it? No, I don't. Sometimes we are behind of technology, or you may say that there are new technology, we just don't want to use it. There's a learning curve there. And this, the more important you need to consider is the option. What other options do I have? If that is the only choice, then everybody going to use it. If I have an option, well, I just use my keyboard. Well, some people use their iPad, they do some writing. Some people even use some software like Dragon software, speech to text, text to speech, and talk to their iPad. Then the iPad will type the character for them. There are many options. Because of that, nobody want to use it. Let me give you one example. Like, for instance, you guys know that Blu-ray. Long time ago, we had VHS tape. Then we have DVD. Comparing to the option, do you want to view this movie using a VHS tape or using a DVD version? I'll go with DVD. DVD, the quality is much better and it's lighter. The DVD compared to VHS, easy to carry. I'll go with the DVD definitely. But if you ask me, do you want to go with the DVD or Blu-ray? I'll go with the DVD. You say that, hey, but Blu-ray is better quality. I know, but it's not as significant. And the price is too expensive. And it's not like all the movies they have in the Blu-ray format. In this case, I don't want to change. I just go with DVD. Learning from this lesson, we will say that technology, they need to be considered about options. And one option need to be significant, good enough. Then another option to be chosen and to build up the market base. Come back to this pointing device. Mouse, we use mouse, or you use the touchpad. Touchscreen technology. Touchscreen technology is very, very new. Let's talk a little bit about mobile phone. Long time ago, Motorola invented the very first mobile phone, leading position for mobile phone. Of course, leading position, there's no other companies making mobile phone, only Motorola. Motorola was number one. Later on, a company called Nokia. You guys know IKEA, right? IKEA for furniture. Nokia, long time ago, still for furniture. Finland. When I worked for Ericsson, I went to Finland, Turku, to do some project. So I know the many beautiful forests. They are doing some furniture. They have wood resource. IKEA just like Nokia. And Nokia changed their business direction to make mobile phone and replace the Motorola as number one leading company for mobile phone. We have Motorola. Later on, we have Nokia. After Nokia, iPhone, Apple iPhone, replaced Nokia to be the number one leading mobile phone. The way they replace basically is touch screen. They introduced the new touch screen, iPhone touch screen, then it make it happen. It's much easier, user-friendly. Would you say that the touch screen is an input to your mobile phone? Yes, it's an input. It's nothing to do with CPU or memory. Long time ago, think about CPU and memory. That's hard area, lots to improve. Today, no. CPU is fast enough, memory is big enough. The room for improvement are left to the input and output areas. iPhone use a new input technology we call touch screen to take over the mobile phone leading position from Nokia. That touch screen technology was not created by Apple, created by other company. Apple just paid money to get a patent license and use that technology. So that's one thing. Seeing here, you said that the company like Google, like Apple, those companies, if they invented something, they'll use it. If someone else invented something, they will say that, let me use it. I'll pay you money to use it. Or they will say that, let me buy you out. If you don't, then I'll do whatever I can to maybe find an alternative technology or maybe so use some business strategy to make you sell your technology or lease your technology to me. It happens, especially happens for Bill Gates, Microsoft. you can do some Googling, then you will see lots of stuff here. The point here I want to make is a big company, they invented something, that's great. Some people invented something, they may try to force them to sell this technology to them. Yep. Touch screen. So today we have touch screen. Everything is touch screen. Stylus here is a pen here you can write. Yeah. That's some good and bad here. For kids, yeah, they are too little to use the keyboard. They can write something, A, B, C. That's cool. And for adults, sometimes you write too much. You don't know how to type. You say, I still know how to type. Yes, but how to type in a mobile phone, such a small device, small space, do your typing, 2 fingers. You got big fingers, it's even be difficult for you to do the typing here. That's the typing I'm talking about. So it's good and bad stuff here. Writing. And there is the speech to text, text to speech software you can use. You can talk. We all know that we can talk much faster comparing to we can write. Next time, if you have some time, ask a friend to help you to measure. Same sentence, how fast you can speak or how slow you can write. So a paragraph you may need to write in 1 minute. You may talk 20 seconds, you finish. So in this case, I would say that text to talk or to speech, speech to text is a good device, software. But pros and cons, a privacy issue here. That's why many people want to text. Although they have a audio text, you don't need to type. You're driving, you don't need to type. You talk to your phone, the phone will type for you. They can change your speech to text. You don't. And you don't need to see it. When people text you, you don't need to see it. You can hear it. They'll read it to you. Then people say, why don't you use it? Well, number one, I don't get use of that. Number two, may have some passengers don't want to hear someone send me something, or don't want them to hear I text someone something. So that's the problem. There's some features, patterns, features for a phone. They're going to identify if you're driving based on GPS, you are moving. Then they don't allow you to use your phone to do the texting. It's not working. You have to use the audio texting or verbal texting, talk. Then this will be only limit the driver, not the passenger. How can you tell this guy is a driver or a passenger? Oh, that's not that difficult. A small device in your driving wheel going to detect, they pointing to you, say, hey, okay, you are the driver. GPS says that you are moving, and then you, the mobile device, closer to you, that's your mobile phone. You are viewing the car device says that you are the driver. If you are the driver, we don't allow you to do that. Oh, that's a very, very good tool, huh? Good phone to protect you, protect the passenger, protect all the other cars, drivers and passengers around you. That's something. Scanners is very, very useful. Optionally, nowadays, we don't use it that much. I used to have a scanner when sometimes people send me some contract. I have to sign. Then I use a fax machine to fax back. And if I want to keep the contract, I use a scanner to scan a copy. Scanner is like a copy machine. I make a copy. Today, typically, I don't. Mobile phone. Mobile phone have replaced that function. Thinking about the option. The option here is mobile phone. If I want to, people want me to sign a contract. they may send it to my mobile phone. Then I'll sign it. Then I send them back. Even I have a hard copy I need to sign. So I sign the hard copy. Then I use the phone, take a picture, and I send back the picture. Say, hey, is that fine? Most likely you say, yeah, that's fine, perfect. Yeah, just take a picture. That's like your scanner function. You don't need to really have a hard copy and reproduce to another hard copy. You have a hard copy, I take a picture. Turn out to be a soft copy. Yeah. So soft copy contracts are acceptable. In this case, I don't have a scanner. I don't use a scanner that much, unless sometimes some government documentation, they said that we want a scanner. And some law firm attorneys said that we like the fax. We don't like anything soft copy. We still want to keep something from fax, because something from fax that's most likely is not possible for a hacker to intervene and change the content. Tell you that a scanner, some people use it, not that much. And most people use the iPhone, take a picture. In this talk about barcode scanner, if you talk about barcode scanner, you need to talk about RFID. If you talk about barcode scanner and RFID, the best company is Walmart. Walmart has been expanded all over the world, making lots of money. How they made it? Low price, yes. What else? Use the new technology. The new technology they use, example, is the barcode. The barcode was invented, like nobody wanted to use it. And Walmart said that, I'm going to use it. So Walmart was the first one to use barcode. If you're like a senior citizen like me, you still remember you go to a grocery store or a department store, they use handwriting, like 1995, something like that. No more, they use barcode. Barcode is much easier, right? So Walmart was the first one to use barcode. Other company, at that time like Kmart and Target, they all follow. About 15 years ago, Walmart says that they want to use RFID to replace the barcode. What's RFID? Are you using RFID? I bet you are using RFID. RFID stands for radio frequency identifier. You say, no, I don't think I use RFID. Okay. Do you have a toll tag? You drive the highway, a tollway. You don't need to slow down because you have a toll tag. They're going to detect and charge you money. That's RFID. Then you are using RFID. Do you have a new passport? A new passport, they have RFID embedded in there. So the officer can have much more info because RFID is a computer chip. They're going to keep lots of info. Barcode, they keep limited info, barcode scanner. RFID, they keep lots of info. And also, they can change. They can use wirelessly. This guy is like, you need to be very close to that to scan. And RFID, you don't. You think about when you're driving the tollway, there is somewhere closer to you is RFID scanner. How close? It's not that close. Not as closer as a barcode scanner to the barcode. So this tells you, should that happen, you go to Walmart, pick up 100 items. They don't need to scan each items one by one. You just roll over your card. That's it. The scanner can detect simultaneously all the 100 items you have put in the car. The only thing is you need to have a fast printer to print your receipt. Okay, that's the stuff here. That's all you have. That's RFID. Are there stores like Walmart, they use RFID for certain of their products? Yes, like a Blu-ray, computer games, that kind of small, expensive items, they have RFID. They don't want people to steal them, which may happen, unfortunately. So with RFID, if people steal those Blu-ray or RFID, when they go out, there's a detector, well, beep, 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 security guys will come in and ask you, can I help you? I need to check. So, that's RFID. RFID is cool so far, huh? The only thing is, barcode costs you like nothing. RFID costs you money. The money is like not like 1 cent, 2 cents. That's virtually speaking, that's nothing. The money is much more than that. So only for expensive product, you can have RFID. You go to Walmart to pick up a bottle of water, that may cost you $1. If this RFID going to cost you 10 cents, who is going to pay for the 10 cents? You, the customer, you say no. Walmart say no. The manufacturer of this bottle of water, manufacturer say no. So nobody going to pay the extra 10 cents for the RFID chip. Should that be like 1 cent? That make big difference. We're going to see, should the RFID chips going to go down the price significantly to like 1 cent, something like that, then we're not going to see barcode anymore. Today we still see barcode. Another one is QR code. This is for your mobile phone to scan. Then you can have a lot of info. That's good for mobile phone user. That's your RFID. 15 years, RFID has been strongly promoted, but has not been used for all the products because money. Considering technology, considering about the cost, and considering about the culture, considering about the law and regulation, considering about the privacy. There's lots of consideration. And also, one last thing here, options here. What kind of options do you have? Yeah. Multimedia input, like a microphone. Microphone is important, like I am recording this lecture right now. I'm using a microphone. I'll show you. You don't see it, huh? That's a microphone. Yeah, that's a microphone. Little bit tiny microphone I am using. So I put it in here, closer to my mouth. I use the microphone. What's the difference between I use the microphone or I don't use the microphone to record this lecture? When I don't use this microphone, my notebook will pick up the sound from me and also from the fan. There's a fan in my notebook to cool down the CPU. You're going to hear the noise of the fan. Once I use a mobile phone or microphone, my notebook will collect my voice from the microphone. And from my microphone, that fan is far, far away. My mouth is much closer. They are going to pick up my voice, not the fan of my notebook. So that's a microphone. Microphone is not expensive, but it's very, very useful. In this case, I use the microphone. Speech recognition, that's your mobile phone is smart enough. They know when you talk. So if you do a text a lot, typically you can talk to text. Talk to your iPhone, the iPhone will text for you. but they may make some mistake because of your accent, because you speak too fast. And ideally, this tool having something called AI, artificial intelligence. They will learn. Once you talk, they change that to text, and you change the text back so often, they know that that's the way you say certain words. Then they change. So that's called speech recognition. Then we're going to see less and less error. That's good. Nice. Apple's, Google's, I use the iPhone. Yes, they do have this kind of function. Here they show you the apps and its Android operating system. You need to have a operating system to support that app. And the app can be created by a big company like Google or someone like you and me. Should an app be created by you and me, the best way is to put it under the internet to let people free use it. Once you have many, many people, free users, a customer base, a big company like Google will come and talk to you, say, hey, you have a good app, huh? Sell it to me. They give you some kind of money. You cannot refuse. You say, okay, I'll sell it to you. So a lot of stuff happened that way. Like the tax. We're going to do the tax. The very first version of tax is called ICQ. That's created from Israel. And right now, tax, you have Microsoft, you have Google, they all have this different name for their tax. But they were not the first inventor. And if you use a different way to do the same stuff, then you can have two different patterns, two different ways to do it. One example is the 5G. The 5G, you can say that basically we have three ways to do it. One, you can use Huawei from China, their way to do the 5G. Another way, you can use Samsung, LG, Korean way to do your 5G. Another way, you can use European company, Ericsson, Nokia, to do their 5G. So you have your European way to do your 5G. How about the US here? The US here, we support the infrastructure. The Qualcomm, they have many, many patents for 5G. Intel chips for 5G. So that's each area they are going to contribute to this 5G. Microphone, digital camera. It's kind of a long story and it's a sad story here. Let me see here. Long time ago, we have a company called Kodak, Kodak. You still remember Kodak? At first, we have black and white, we call picture, film. Later on, we have color films. Later on, some company, like many Japanese companies, they have digital camera. Whoa, and Kodak, they don't have digital camera. If they don't have digital camera, people switch to the digital camera. They don't use a legacy, conventional, non-digital camera. What's the difference? If you use an old type of camera, you get yourself a film that's 24 exposures, 24 pictures or 36 pictures, black and white or color. Then you put it inside, open it up, back, put it in your phone. You roll a little bit here, then you shoot some picture. You just take the picture, you cannot see the result. Then once you finish, you open up the back of your camera, take out that film, go to a store, develop, then print it. Lots of time, lots of hassle, and lots of money. That's Kodak make money. Once should Kodak introduce digital camera, then people may not want to use their conventional camera. They're going to lose money in film in develop, in print a picture. But that's a decision you want to make. Which company was the first one created digital cameras technology or patents? Kodak. They have the patent, the technology. They just don't want to use it to kill their existing business. Hard decision, huh? But if you don't want to use it, then other companies, they may come up with a different patents which can do the same stuff. Or your patents, very good, going to be last for 20 years. They will wait. 20 years seems to be a long time, may not be that long. Once 20 years pass, they can use your patent to make some digital camera and to take over your market. So that's a situation. So companies sometimes, they don't want to use the new technology to take over their existing market. That's the problem. So Kodak bankrupt long time ago. Another example is a Blockbuster. They have VHS tape, analog tape. Then people have digital, like a red box, have a digital DVD. So Blockbuster don't want to go to the DVD. Or eventually you will say that eventually they wanted to, but they're too late. They're too late. So that's a little bit about digital camera story. Digital camera today is mostly replaced by your phone. Your iPhone, your Samsung phone. The phone quality is, virtually speaking, as good as your digital camera, or in some cases, even better than your digital camera. Then why you need to carry a digital camera if your mobile phone can do the same job or even a better job? No, I don't know. But some people, they want to maybe looks cool. They want to play with the function of this digital camera, or they belong to a group. Those group of people, everybody need to carry a big camera to look like they are professional, or maybe they are really good. I don't know. So that's your digital camera story here. You still see some people use it, but function-wise, mobile phone is getting better and better. That's your digital camera. Video camera. Video camera used to be big. You carry on your shoulder to shoot some video. Today, same stuff. You use your mobile phone to record a video. I have used my mobile phone, I have used my mobile phone to record a 2 hours lecture, and I post it under YouTube. It's no problem. It's just very, very cool here. So it's very easy. I mean, I did it myself. I used a camera stand, and put it there, and I turn it on. Then I go there and do a presentation for 90 minutes, 30 minutes for Q&A. That's 20 minutes. I come back, I turn off the phone. Of course, the power, the mobile phone power can last for 2 hours, but to play safe, I plug to my notebook. So that's very easy. Today, they want to do a video recording. Very, very easy. TV tuner or some TV. Today you have a smart TV. Smart TV, you can use your TV and they have a manual remote control. You can select. You can do your Googling. You can do view some YouTube movies or YouTube videos. That's a new type of TV. A new type of TV used to be very, very expensive. Now the price has been dropped. So the TV, we all know that. But big TV, some people, they don't use big TV. Thinking about technology, thinking about options. Some people, they have a mobile phone. They want to view a video, a movie. They use their mobile phone. I think thinking about it's too small. They use their tablet, like iPad. So they have iPhone, iPad. Oh, it's big enough because they're closer enough. If you have many people you want to watch together, then you have a TV. So young generation, or young family, parents, kids, they may have TV. For senior citizen, they may only have an iPhone and iPad. And so that's based on your lifestyle. TV, some people want it. If you watch the football game with your friends, drinking some beers, definitely you want yourself to have a big screen TV. That's the fun. They're talking about other input device. Xbox, that's for gamer. Game controller, yeah, Xbox here. That's proprietary. You see this X, that's Microsoft Xbox. That's only for Xbox. Can I use this for Nintendo or use for PlayStation? No, they are proprietary. That's the game. That's what we call platform. Gaming have a different platform. Microsoft, Xbox, or PlayStation, or Nintendo. Today, with the mobile phone and internet technology, they are more and more, it's not platform-based. You use your mobile phone to play a computer games. Is that based on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo? No, got nothing to do with that. Got nothing to do. Like this one, that's your iPhone app. That's Android or iOS operating system. So that doesn't matter. Long time ago, if you are Xbox player, you have some kind of a games. You're PlayStation player, you have some different type of games. You are Nintendo player, you have another set of different games for you to play. A long time ago, if you are really serious about playing computer games, you may need to have 3 sets of platform. That's going to cost you a lot. Today, we are moving away from this platform. We're not based on the platform with more and more use of mobile phone. That's not platform based. So that's maybe the new trend here. Biometrics here, just using your iPhone as an example, they can have your facial identification, and they can have your fingerprint, and they can have your password. I only use the password. I don't use the fingerprint here. I don't use my facial here. The fingerprint, sometimes you're working, your finger's wet, it won't work. Facial, the time you took your facial, it looks happy. Later on, you're real tired, use your facial. I think the phone should tell you, why the long face? No, they won't tell you why the long face. They're going to, no, that's not you. Whoa, bad, huh? That's real bad here. So depends on what you want to do. You want to make it real secure about your iPhone, then use the fingerprint, use the facial, use the password. Otherwise, you don't need that. Okay, let's unlock your iPhone. We're going to see more and more of this kind of stuff. That's called input device. Now, we finished the input. That's all I would like to share with you. Pay attention to input device. Let me give you one example as the significant improvement for input device. The Wii. You still remember what's the Wii? About 7-8 years ago, we have Wii created. People use it to play computer game like tennis here, moving the Wii. You really need to move. Yeah, you need to really move. Would you say that's an input device? Of course it is an input device. An input to the computer or gaming device to say that I'm moving from point A to B, how fast, then the computer will show it that your ball, your playing tennis ball, your tennis ball is in or out. So give people some exercise. Say. Instead of sitting there exercising your thumb, you're going to exercise your arm, maybe even your legs here. That's a significant input device. How about another one? Another one is like Pokemon hunt. You need to drive or you need to walk outside. Not only like moving your hand or legs here, you need to walk outside of your house, maybe to the park. Hey, then you see a Pokemon. Then use your mobile phone and catch it. Once you catch it, that's the egg. You want to hatch the egg. You need to walk a certain distance. You're sitting there, nothing will happen. So you keep walking, come out a Pokemon. Then you play with your Pokemon. So that's another significant input device. Viewing from these two significant input devices, we'll say that, hey, the input device is not really like make it easier for you. Two thumbs, that's easier enough. The hands, the legs here, I need to walk out and walking. They keep you exercise. That will be good to your health here. And so it's not thinking about we're going to make it easier for you, easier and easier for you. No, that's not the trend. We make it more difficult to you if you don't like exercise. So that's some thinking, like the mobile phone. You don't want to think it's going to be getting smaller and smaller because it's easy to carry. You don't want to think it's going to get bigger and bigger because you enjoy watching football games. Somewhere in between. Some people may have a bigger phone. Some people may have a smaller phone. So, market segmentation. There are different people talking about lifestyle, age group, and there are different usage of a mobile phone. Mobile phone is just an example of the product. Let's pay attention to that. That's all I want to share with you.